Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You got your boys here, Lanny Burt, the mother effing Dividend Diplomats. Oh, this is going to be an interesting video here today. We have a very important question to ask everybody. Are SCHD's good days behind them? Is there more signs to trouble to come here for SCHD and their dividend growth in 2024?
Ooh, guys, if you're ready to talk to see if SCHD's best days are behind them, smash that subscribe button. Give Bert, the Herd, and I a nice thumbs up. Takes 2 seconds, guys. I can't believe we're not even at 19,000 subscribers. What's the matter for you? What is the matter for you over there?
Yeah, what is the matter, everybody? And we're just trying to pump out, have some fun here, talk about dividend growth and dividend growth investing. In this video in particular, as we know, I've been buying 4 shares every single week for my wife just to build a nice, large SCHD position that I can one day set it, forget it, and just watch those dividends grow and compound on top of them. There was a key word in that, dividends grow. Underline the grow. And the problem we have here is their dividend growth in 2024 may not be that great, and we're going to tell you why today.
Oh, you bet your last dollar we're about to tell you why right now. Um, but Bert, here's the biggest question. You've been stacking SCHD every week, right?
That's absolutely right.
Is it 2 shares a week or 4 shares a week?
4, it was 2, and then we bumped it up to 4 in November.
Wow, 4 shares a week right now for SCHD. And I'm going to be curious after we do this if you're going to still stack the 4 shares a
Yeah.
week. So, Bert, man, we're peeling back the layers here. We are going right down into the trenches of SCHD, of actually peeling back the covers, flipping through the pages, looking at the
Right.
top holdings. Bert, how many holdings are we about to dive into quickly?
That's right. So we're going to look at their top 15 holdings and their dividend growth that each one of those companies has announced over the year. Because SCHD only has a little over 100 holdings, they make up almost 60% of the total assets under management. So you should, in theory, be able to look at the dividend growth rate for those compared to last year and then say, how is SCHD's dividend growth going to stack over next year because they represent such a large percentage of the fund's holdings?
Oh, man, here
Yeah.
we go, guys. So we're going to look at the 15 holdings. We're going to do them in groups of 5. We're going to look at the current year dividend growth versus the prior year dividend growth and see which way the dividend growth for SCHD could be moving, right, Bert?
That's right. So let's kick this one off here. Their largest holding, Broadcom, ticker symbol AVGO, makes up 5% of the assets. Their current year dividend growth, they announced a 14% dividend increase in December 2023. Last year's in December 2022 was at 12%. So Broadcom has actually seen higher dividend growth this year compared to last year by 16%. Number 2, Merck, ticker symbol MRK, makes up 4.7%. Current year dividend growth, 5.48%. Last year's dividend growth, 5.8%. So it was a slight decrease in dividend growth compared to last year, although you could argue it's about the same. Number 3, AbbVie, ABBV, increased, was about the same as well, 4.7% this year, 4.96% last year. So pretty much in line. So it was another flat dividend increase. And then Home Depot just announced a big banger here, ticker symbol HD, announced a 7.66% increase this year, although it was lower than the banger last year of 10%. So another dividend decrease there. That was the first big dividend decrease. And last, number 5, Chevron, announced a 7.95% increase this year compared to 6.34% last year. So a slight bump up, but not high by any stretch of the means.
There you got 2 bumps from Broadcom and Chevron, and then some slight decreases there. So 2 out of 5 out of the top 5.
Yeah.
Um, Now we'll go into the next 5 here, guys. So position 6 through 10 on SCHD's ETF, individual stock holding list. Number 6 is Texas Instruments TXN. Their increase was 4.84%, or a 38% drop in their growth rate versus prior year, which was 7.83%. And then you have Verizon, Big Red, VZ. Well, they kept it consistent. There's really virtually no change there. 2% raised, 2% last year. Then we get back into the pharma, big pharma, man. Pharma owns this portfolio with Amgen, ticker symbol AMGN. And their increase was only 5.63% recently versus the 9.79% in the prior one. So that growth was negative 42%. But good old Warren Buffett here with number 9 here Coca-Cola, KO, the knockout punch. They had a 20% higher growth rate versus prior year with their 5.43% dividend announcement for that increase. We'll slide into the tech-ish sector with Cisco, CSCO, and they kept it very consistent with what they've been doing. A slight 3% decrease with a 2.56% growth rate versus 2.63% in the past. So,
yeah, so we're made it through the top 10 so far. You see a few that have had strong growth compared to last year with Broadcom and Coca-Cola. Throw in Chevron there, but a lot of them are either remaining flat or you're seeing a decrease in the dividend growth rate compared to last year. Most notably, Amgen, Home Depot, and Texas Instruments are showing lower dividend growth in the last 12 months compared to the previous year's dividend growth. I think that's very, very fascinating.
Now, Bert, we got 5 more stocks here. Can we get some juice to squeeze here for SCHD? Are the last 5 the best 5? Let's see.
Let's see. Pepsi is number 11, ticker symbol PEP. They just announced a 7.11% dividend increase. That was below their previous year dividend increase of 10%. So that was a 29% decrease compared to the previous year. BlackRock, BLK, 2% increase this year compared to 2.46% last year. So I'd say that one's about flat. We can throw that one in there. Pfizer's number 13, PFE. Current year 2.56% compared to 2.6% last year. Another flat dividend although that slight decrease. And here's where kind of the rug comes out on the dividend growth for SCHD. Number 14, UPS, ticker symbol UPS, announced a less than 1% increase this year compared to 6.58% the previous year. That's a 91% decrease. Then you throw in ADP, that last, ticker symbol ADP. They only announced 12% increase compared to 20% last year. So again, that dividend increase is down 41%.
Overall, stocks are still growing their dividends. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's down from the prior year growth rate, Bert. I know you did a great weighted average rate here. It was 7.19% for the prior one and then 5.85% for this one. So you indicating that we might see around a 5.5% to 6.5% dividend growth rate overall for SCHD over the course of the year, possibly.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm trying to say here. And that's what I think is so fascinating. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong.
Not bad. No,
Q1 2023 was 5.3%, 5.53%. Q2 2023 was 2.8% year over year. We're comparing quarter over quarter from the previous year. Q3 was negative 5.56%, and Q4 was 15.24%. So you look at this and yeah, sure, 5.85% would be fantastic, and that's great. It's not the vanguards that blew it out of the water completely for their dividend growth, but that's leaving me to ask the question here. If every year they do the rebalancing, and this year, this is how SCHD decided to rebalance their portfolio with these top 15, and a lot of them are having disappointing dividend growth, is our SCHD's best days behind them? And that's kind of where my head is at thinking about this.
Prior results never indicate future results. We all know that, guys. A 5.5% to 6.5%+ growth rate, solid. Nothing to really complain about there. I mean, especially with the yield at 3.25% to 3.5%.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good complement to the yield. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think their best days are behind them? Do you think SCHD's best days are behind them for the next few years, current year, in the next couple of years? Let us know in those comments below. Are you still buying SCHD?
Yes, I know. I'm still going to keep doing my 4 shares. I still like it. I still like the top 15 holdings. The strong yield and the average dividend growth right now are fine. But I'll be reevaluating. Maybe it's time to switch it away from SCHD, move it over into VYM or a different type of dividend growth fund. We'll see.
Well, you're also building up VIG, so that's solid.
Yeah, that's true as well. So let us know again, everybody. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And remember, if you're not with us, you're against us, Jack.
That was Bert, the Hurt, and Lanny from the DD, over and out.